Hi, today I'm going to discuss the importance of vaccinating animals, mainly household pets and livestock. Vaccinated pets are safer, healthier, and have a better overall quality of life than unvaccinated animals do. Many animals' lives are lost unnecessarily because their owners believed that vaccination is more of a risk than being unvaccinated. I can say that this isn't the case because I have worked with animals, mainly dogs, for over 3 years, and I'm working on getting my associates in the basics of animal science. So I can say I know a thing or two about unvaccinated household pets and unvaccinated livestock. A little known fact is that over 59,000 human deaths worldwide are caused by unvaccinated animals. And this is reported by the World Health Organization. Luckily, in the US, we have a lot of preventatives towards unvaccinated animals, mainly because we are so strict on every animal getting the rabies vaccinations. While vaccinations can cause some animals to go into anaphylactic shock, because it is a known fact that that some animals can be allergic to vaccinations, which is honestly the main reason why an animal shouldn't be vaccinated, and that's because that is actually better for their overall health. However, not vaccinating an animal because of your beliefs or beliefs of someone else that you have been persuaded by is just not the case. In every sort of situation, you should always do your research, especially whenever it comes to the quality of life of another living being. Vaccinated animals can often die because of fatal diseases like parvo, because young animals, mainly like puppies from my experience, can pass away very quickly if they do get the parvovirus. It causes animals to have little causes animals to have no feeling to be hungry. It causes, unfortunately, a lot of diarrhea, also a lot of vomiting, hypothermia, lethargy, and lack of appetite, which is associated with the not wanting to eat. And it can also result in the animal being bloated or have a very painful abdomen area. This, unfortunately, has killed thousands of animals simply because they were not vaccinated. Now, some animals can get it whenever they're extremely young and they aren't at the age to where they can get the vaccination. However, if an animal is exposed to parvo whenever they are vaccinated, it's an extremely low case and extremely low percentage of animals that are vaccinated for the virus that do get it. However, if an animal does get parvo while they are vaccinated, it oftentimes helps prevent their death. When an animal is vaccinated, it also causes them to be able to experience more with their owners or just be able to experience a longer life period. Because they don't have to worry about illness and you don't have to worry about illness. Vaccinations can help a lot with livestock because if cattle isn't living long, then they won't be able to produce as much product as they would normally be able to, which causes people to not eat, which causes farmers to not eat. According to Merrick Animal Health USA, globally, for every 2 cattle vaccinated, 1 less person goes hungry. Meaning, if you think about all of the cattle in the US and even just around the world that may or may not be vaccinated, it can cause may or may not be vaccinated. If you think about all the cattle that aren't vaccinated and how often and how quickly they'll be passing away, or how quickly something can then get into their bloodstream, and it can cause thousands of people to die just simply from 2 cows, honestly. Because 2 cows can spread it and then it's everywhere, which is like the coronavirus was. One person can get it and then everybody gets it. However, vaccinations can help slow things down, especially in animals. In conclusion, it is important to vaccinate all sorts of animals so that the quality of life can be better for them and for their humans and for just humans in general. Many don't consider the fact that when animals aren't vaccinated, just like humans, they are more likely to get sick, die young, or pass along their illness, resulting in, like I said, resulting in outbreaks and massive amounts of animals and sometimes humans passing away. If this happens in livestock, it causes shortages, resulting in hungry humans, and it can also result in people who just don't care if an animal is sick, can result in them passing away because they have eaten contaminated meat that has viruses in it. With household pets, this can cause constant amounts of grief because if you're not vaccinating one pet, then all your pets can pass away because it's obvious you haven't vaccinated any of them, which unfortunately is what a lot of people do. Now, I've worked with animals for 3 years now, and we've only ever had one massive case at the place that I used to work. And it resulted in our whole facility almost having to be shut down because one person decided that they would lie and tell us that their animal was vaccinated whenever it was not. And unfortunately, that caused over, I believe, 30 dogs to get sick, which it was sporadic when they got sick, so it wasn't like a massive outbreak or anything. But it did result in thousands of dollars of vet bills, and even almost had to be shut down and to stop taking in clients because of how much of our effort we were having to put in. Whenever all of this could have been avoided if someone had vaccinated their pets. Thank you, and I hope that you understand vaccinating your pets is extremely important.